hell of a battle.
Yeah, these are two incredible players. I think most people would consider these the two best duelists in the world right now. They are absolutely in form in both respects, and we get the Jet v Jet matchup to start between these two. Should be very excited. A quick dash up on Aspas, getting a lot of damage into Munchkin.
He does. Munchkin going to be whittled down at 15 HP. Absolutely has to pull back, and no damage in response received, but then the double push up here through tube. Lakia does manage to find that final shot. Count, however, does take an immense amount of damage there. As Meteor now tries to hold the line over here. Green, back yellow. Looks to try to still maintain this position, but being encouraged upon. Finds one. They line up for him, but he's unable to find the final shot. Tom takes it down. 4v3 now. These things very much get slowed up. But now King still on this lurk, working his way up through mid, but there's two players nearby. Munchkin working his way down through tube at the moment. Might just end up clashing against him, but for now, wants to just hold this position, it seems.
Yeah, King just waiting this out, expecting somebody to make a rotate here, and he's gambled correctly.
Looking for the shots, and he eventually is able to find it. King taking just a little bit of damage. Lakia out. Also working around back yellow. Let's get pinged out, and Lakia's not ready. As he swings out around the side. Texture now, gonna be the last one standing. Sheriff still in hand. Comp swapping out a weapon. Turret set up. Texture waiting out as long as he possibly can. Clear on the recon, 5 bullets remaining. Just around the corner, there's the first shock dart. He moves up in front of that one. They know his position now. The swing out, he's able to find one, but cannot get a transition to the second. Calm will be the last one standing as Lev claimed the pistol round.
It's just a great pause here for Lev after trying to get Aspas heated up early. You know, the desk was talking about this, that Aspas is a player who likes to go out on his own sometimes, try to create his own plays. Goes up on top of tube, gets identified, gets taken out. GENG so good at first contact. That's one of the hallmarks of this team, is that you have so many players who can take first contact duels extremely well. However, Lev says, okay, let's pump the brakes. Let's watch for that inevitable rotate. They've already identified the tendencies of players like Munchkin, players like Meteor, who like to go for those mid lurks as early as they can.
Look at this, though. Very heavy stack over onto A. Reading that this is where the pressure is going to be coming through from Lev. Texture trying to set up that headshot, but it's only going to be one into the shoulder there, Mazzino. Overall, it's going to be sitting pretty. 82 HP remaining on him. Aspas the dash, ready to go. Guardian in hand. Biggest bit of firepower they have, aside from that Bulldog.
Trying to figure out if there's any more GENG players here. I'm sure they're considering a rotate. Off that contact with Texture, you don't want to run into the death ball of GENG. They are widely known for their thrifties. They are so darn good at it. Gonna check with the drone. Very wise here.
Yep, drone to lead. This is the spot of the lockdown. Aspas able to claim that kill. Mazzino finding himself a third as Munchkin and Karen will both falling out. It's all on Meteor with just that Marshall in hand. Loves to play into this one, but Aspas just set up on the line. It is a flawless round as Lev move up 2-0.
And I'm loving the patience we're seeing from Lev early here. You know, Texture comes out, they get him off the top of pipes. The whole time I'm watching Tex, he's sitting in their spawn, waiting for somebody to try for a fast lurk, a fast rotate, and they are waiting until kind of all their utils ready to go. They've kind of identified how they want to set up this execute. Throw down the drone, go on in, knock players down quick and effectively. Very nicely thought out here by Lev, and in particular, being so wary of those lurking players of GENG. That's one of those things that gives teams a lot of problems. Aspas back up on the tube, trying to push the tempo a little bit here. And Nano up to clear. Boiler and over towards B now. You have the alarm bot on the other side. Meteor waiting, still watching under tube. But Aspas has already rejoined the rest of his team over by containers. Munchkin over flash, looking for a player in mid. As this B hit right now being read by GENG, and Lev doesn't like that utility. They don't like seeing that flash from Munchkin.
The counter rotate back, not necessarily being read. We see everybody from Leviathan shifting their way over towards A. There is no one there to read this at all. They take a quick peek out over by Green, now kind of assessing, okay, they've actually outdone us here. So the rotation working a treat, but it's still a slow move here from Lev, so they're not taking that much space here on the site, and GENG are going to be able to arrive in time to get a contest against this one. Texture now lurking around the backside, makes his way past Garage.
So Reckoning from Mazzino here as well. This could be really difficult of a retake here for Gen. Just gonna use that Reckoning to buy space to get the plant down. Gonna throw the molly, try to prevent them from planting. But right now, Lev setting up, expecting this rotate. So well prepared.
Yep, there's the alarm bot alerting them, but Munchkin's able to find first kill as Osman's going to be taking down Lockyer, able to find King. Munchkin does get traded out by Mazzino. Tex finding Texture. Now Meteor caught. Calm jumping up into the back rafters, but can't steady that aim. Lockyer does manage to find the kill. It's all on Tex. He's got the Vandal in hand. Swing onto the corner. They know his position now, but they still have to try to get this defused, and that's additional damage dealt now to Charon. Down to 30. The tap, the nano swarm coming in. They try to clear that one out. He finds the headshot. Charon taken down. Now all on Lockyer to try to be the savior. Tex just buying time, playing around with this one. The wingman going for the stick. He's to try to clear it out. He cannot. Headshot will come through. GENG will get on the board, but that is a devastating bonus there as LEV. They cannot convert, but they take away 4 weapons.
Dude, I love what I'm seeing from LEV. They're so aware. They've got util to cover their backs. They're working the map really nicely. They're reading the tendencies of GENG so well. They don't have a ton of information on where exactly the players are set up at the beginning of this round, but the flash over from Munchkin, I think, made them decide that, okay, there's too many players here. We're running into a trap. Let's go over the other way. Let's use that reckoning to clear space. Let's get the plant down, and they make it an extremely costly round for GENG. Yes, you've got the Thrash. Yes, you're able to carry over a couple rifles. The Guardians in the hand of GENG. Well, we all know, if you've been watching Pacific, that Munchkin is absolutely filthy with that Guardian.
Once again, just looking to try to force out this lurker. Texas hightail it out. Recon Dart going to be cleared out for now. Only Meteor on this side of the map. Texture and Munchkin both eating a decent amount of damage there. 3 Guardians in play here for GENG. Tex now looking to lurk elsewhere. Works his way up through tube. Nothing going to be spotted, and he's going to hear some of this movement as Texture comes bouncing his way up in the kitchen. He's not ready for it. Minor readjustment, finds the headshot, locking out. One to try to challenge, but Oddspot's up on top of Yellow. He's able to find another one. Meteor going to be taken down. The Dizzy going to be cleared out. Full flash does connect there on a Mazzino. He manages to tuck back long enough, but look at these shots coming in now. Lockyer with 2, Charon with another. 2 players left standing as Charon tries to keep them in this round.
Standing ahead.
Calm and a 1v2 clutch with HP bars low on the opposite sides. We've seen this man pull off magic before. The shock dart works a treat. And now suddenly the 1v1 is held to half. He jiggle peeks out. He knows that he's not on it, and he's just going to take him down through the corner. Red Bull clutches comms, and LEV move up 3-1.
Beautiful stuff here from Comm. Knows how to buy time. Saw it in the previous round with Tex. Comm's turn to step up and get the win this round. GENG getting read really well right now by LEV. They're going for these 1-4 setups, and LEV is finding the right timings to punish them. Catching the rotate so nicely here is Tex up into the kitchen. And yeah, both players already very weak. Comm knows it, and he's able to find a great shock dart, and then just knows that Lockyer is in trouble as well. Takes him down. We move into the next round. A little bit of congestion here towards the front of A. You have Texture up on the pipes, trying to see if he can get that early pick again. Ospas going to be contesting him over in that nest, potentially.
Now just everybody hanging back. That 0 point did alert the presence of a couple of players. Texture just with some blind spray, trying to see if he can find anything. Dash at the ready. Wants to go on a peek. Spots one.
Oh my
Swing
God.
out. No, has to back away. Doesn't take any damage for it. Keeps himself relatively healthy. Is he going to be sent out? Now they know they confirm that presence there. Meteor making his way, prodding over towards that A site, but will be held at bay. Now has to reroute, work his way all the way back around. Yep. It looks like widely LEV playing this out patiently, not liking what they're seeing. They know how GENG can be when they have sheriffs in hands, when they're playing these thrifty rounds. They can come away with them.
They gave over intentional information there, trying to show that they were staying at A. Now they're doing the double pump. They're going back towards A, so they're really working the map here, trying to keep GENG confused. Doing a good job of it. GENG here, the hero rifle onto Texture, because he's going to have the Blade Storm one way or another next round. Let's see if he could come up big. So Sheriff's so powerful in the hands of Meteor and Charon as well.
Quick tap of the rope. There's the Hunter's Fury just opened up. Texture gonna be the first one to fall as Ospas. Everybody just comes spilling forward. Lockyer still able to find 2 with the classic in hand. Just managed to make this a little bit more even, but Charon would have to go absolutely nutty with these Sheriff shots. Swing out, spots multiple players, trying to get that wall bang kill, but only does a smattering of damage, and now it's all on the Munchkin, who just doesn't have the firepower. A team ace. LEV not allowing for the thrifty Kings to find the value. They continue, now 4-1.
And we're seeing so many different looks here from Leviathan. They'll push B and then go back over to A, or there'll be a fast hit onto B, or it'll be A, and then they'll double pump back to A. Like, every round has been very different from them. They're always accounting for the lurks. Once again, I believe it was King this time who was watching from spawn. All the players in the right positions, doing the right things, doing their due diligence, and now they've got a bunch of ults to try to shut down this buy round here of GENG, put them right back on the back foot, and GENG has some ults of their own. Texture pops the blades, looking for some early pressure, but Cascade gonna keep him from seeing anything just yet.
I suggest
Housepaw's matching. There's a second reckoning now in play. The dash back. Texture just having to play elusively as that dart does connect. He manages to pull all the way out the safety. As up over the top, Housepaw's wants his pound of flesh, and he has it. Karon going to be taken down. Got the headshot, and now the positions here on this defense are absolutely nasty. Dizzy Blind will come through, but it doesn't matter as Housepaw's mows down another. 3 for him, Meteor, the last one standing, and Housepaw's will claim it as well. Flawless fashion. Leviathan are here to play.
Well, the first big hit between these duelists is going towards Housepaw's. 8-4 right now, off of that 4-kill round. The dueling blades, and it is going to be Housepaw's who comes up huge. Just brilliant cascade there. Lakia tries to get ahead of it, pays the price. Texture looking below, as there were so many players of LEV already onto the back site. Too many angles for GENG to worry about. And LEV looking really good, but a wry smile on Munchkin's face. GENG, look, they've started like this before and turned it around, so you never know with them. They've got some big ults, they've got the no command, they've got a lockdown of their own, so does Tex, but that's a huge part of this round for LEV. The previous round for LEV was that they kept their lockdown. Now they're one away from a Viper's Pit as well. So really great ult cycling here for Leviathan.
Drone coming through, Meteor having to back away. No one fast enough on the chase to find that punish, so he is able to escape. So much space being taken at the moment over towards that B site here by LEV. Still this lurk. Something that Texture has to be concerned about. Goes ahead, drops that alarm bot. He'll know that Tex is going to be playing not too far away from it. Forced him out. Tex now starting to work his way over towards B to join him with the rest of the squad, but in the meantime, the plan is now coming through. Push back, Munchkin able to find one. Housepaw's forced under the volley, and Karon gets a 2 for 1 with the Sheriff. How do they keep doing this? Tex now, last man standing, and Texture whipping on the shots, but it doesn't matter. So much damage dealt, and somehow it is a flawless Thrifty, presented by MasterCard on the back end, as GENG will find their second round win.
How do they keep doing this? I mean, time and time again,
it's an anomaly.
It is an anomaly. They are, but a consistent anomaly. So many times, and these are the rounds where GENG often turns the destiny of a map, turns the tide of a half, and now they've got a bunch of ults. Disgusting.
They just lined up.
Disgusting. Karon, absolutely nuts. Wants to show that he can go toe-to-toe with some of the best in the world. You've got 2 world champions on LEV. GENG, a couple times where they've been close. No cigar here this year. We're gonna turn it around, and what a match to start. And a great opener for Texture.
Been trying to get that catch, and he finally has found it. Tex taken down. Feels like really the first round that GENG have had a man advantage off the rip. Still though, big push coming through here on to B. Transform setup, looks to buy some space. Flash at the ready, sends it. Doesn't manage to get the full blind, but because of the harbor wall, GENG are not able to try to go for a punish there. Dizzy now up over the top, Meteor winning out the duel. Housepaw's going to be taken down. Now the rest of the team making their way out of B, joining in with King, who has been lurking forward, but Texture as well. Look down here into mid as he decided to go for the swing out. Looks like the answer is going to be no. Just wants to slow play this. There's a turn around the corner, but with Tex on the floor, he doesn't have to worry about that one. So now it's on LEV to really be cognizant about this backside approach that can come through. Meteor able to find one before getting traded out. King, however, doubles up. Gets Karon to boot. Texture still lurking his way forward now, and Mazzino is the last one standing for LEV. He will fall. Munchkin able to find that. The backstab from Texture not really necessary. GENG string 2 together. They have a little bit of fun with the thrash. They'll close the gap a bit. 2 rounds still separating.
Yeah, and now GENG is starting to get the feel for the pace of this game, get the feel for the way Leviathan wants to work this map. And Texture does a good job getting that early pick, kind of taking that early space to keep track of the movement of LEV. Here's the footsteps through spawn, able to identify that they were in fact all going back to the A site. Yeah, King able to get there, get a couple kills, get some good info. But the fact that GENG is winning on the point of contact a couple times, that time Meteor out-dueling Housepaw's, and now we have Texture with the operator in hand. Very, very firm and steady with the operator is Texture, no doubt about it. Drone to try to get some info, but the toxic screen not giving much away. They know Meteor's back there. Now they want to check some of these close corners with that recon. And it's going to be just showing a little bit of presence with Calm, trying to fake a little bit with that Sova utility.
Curious to see what the approach is going to be here. Tax could just go ahead and invest that lockdown, create some space, get King forward onto the site, and then just invest the pit for the post plant. Granted, Meteor does have a lockdown on the opposite side, so curious to see how this rock, paper, scissors battle of ults could come out in this round.
I suggest you
First, it will be reckoning another one available. Malakia up over the top is able to find that kill, but it's going to be quickly traded out as Ospas. Answers back in kind. Push forward. Calm somehow just plus pouring his way in, is able to find Munchkin. Meteor now taking down Calm, but there's that lockdown investment. He's finding one. Ospas takes out the pit. Karan now on the floor. Viper's dead, and Meteor having to pull back. It is a 2v3 with an op in play here for GENG, who might just end up having to make the call to go for the save, but looks like the answer, that's not going to be their solution. Lockdown does come through. But how do they rescale back into the site?
Seeing if they can get a little bit of extra space, get this op going. Gonna have to push through for those long angles. Texture gonna hold on to it. Oh, he's shot right down by Ospas.
Immediately taken out. Meteor now everything to do in the 1v2, and he cannot find another. Mazzino will put an end to that, and Lev will stop GENG from building up this steam. 6-3. More rounds we've played on the half. Lev still very much out in front.
You can see that GENG's just willing to go for it here. Feeling the pressure with the scoreline already 5-3 before the round started. They're investing all their ults trying to stall this, but Ospas able to slip right behind. A couple big kills on the back of that site. Left Karan on an island. Not much he can do. And then Meteor says, well, let's go for it. Let's see if we can get that op. You know, confidence here from GENG, going for that play. Appreciate it, but it just wasn't quite there. Lev's so ready for it.
Guard out as Texture peeks into main. I mean, this is a big investment. Munchkin dumping 7,200 creds just to be able to get this operator back into play once again. Cleared on the drone, going to be able to spot 2 players. Texture still relatively unscouted, but it seems like Lev have a very firm idea as to where this operator could be positioned at.
Well, I mean, it's been almost every round that GENG's put some player up on top of pipes, so they're being very cautious of that position. However, Lakia did get up into Nest, and Lev doesn't like what they see. They haven't been able to really get any pressure, gain any space, so they're going to go back over. But this should be a quick, easy read here for GENG. You can see the rotates coming through from Texture, and mid has been under Munchkin's purview the entire round. So now let's see what Meteor can do. He's been pretty decent about playing his life on this site. Going to be a lot of pressure on him here shortly.
They'll win forward at first op shot, not connecting. Meteor able to find one. Calm not ready for it. Does end up getting mowed down. Mazzino now falling. Tex trying to drag them back into this one, but now he's all on his lonesome in a 1v3. Be a monstrous clutch, but as the snake bite lands at his feet, Munchkin will swing out and find the headshot. GENG answering back in kind, trying to keep things as close as humanly possible. 4-6.
Meteor finds such a good timing here to take out Ospas. Ospas is going through a smoke, jumping up on that box. He catches him. Calm's trying to get over the nano swarm. This is just so well played here by Meteor as a side anchor. I mean, he used to be a duelist, and sometimes he still is. Occasionally for GENG, depends on the map, but
They split, you know.
yeah, exactly. Fortunately, we won't be. He said in the pre-tournament interview that the thing that one of the things he's most focused on for this event was just improving his own mechanics, improving his own abilities, and so far it's looking good. So credit to him, having a pretty stellar map. Just gonna clear the turret in mid is Texture, but right now, all of Leviathan is just fanned out, just trying to get some info, trying to find the open space here of GENG. It's gonna be where GENG has left the minority of their defenses. It's just Karan over there right now. However, with all this util coming over from the side of Leviathan, you've got the Sova util, you've got a few other pieces coming through, and that's bought the attention of GENG, and that's bought a lot of open space on the A site.
It very much has right now. Only Karan there to try to hold the line as they continue to push forward. Decent amount of util used by Lev just to clear out the alarm bot. Shock Dart as well as a nano of their own taken out, but here comes the entry. Karan now sounding the calls for reinforcements. Here's them stomping forward, pit coming through, but Ospas going to be taken down ahead of that. Drop down, Karan tries to get himself into a good position. He's managed to find another kill. Calm going to be taking down the snake bite. Landing there, so just around the corner, but Mazzino spraying away, able to find one, but now Karan comes over the third. King going to be taken down, now the pit, drops Mazzino out into the open, and he will fall. Meteor to claim that final kill of the round as GENG not getting shook up by that timeout. Karan just firmly plants his feet and shuts it down.
What a huge step up from the rookie, making a case that this guy, Rookie of the Year in my book so far. on the global VCT stage. What a play there, stepping right into that Viper's pit as it was coming up. Calm caught once again a little bit off guard as he's running towards the back of the site to try to deal with Karon. And then King just trying to hold his ground. The angle just not quite in his favor. Able to spam him through the wall. Lakia with an outlaw.
Yeah, big change up. Zorb gonna go flying in. Lakia pulling back to a bit of a safer position. Does have a backup weapon. So that was just for the opening peek, but there's the Hunter's Fury coming across, and Cobb, he's always good for one. That final shot nearly getting a connection on the two, but already two picks gonna be found. Lakia not able to hold the line there as King does get taken out. Texture finding one with that op. Tries to play a little bit more mobile, tries to keep himself elusive, but now he needs to be hitting every single shot. King down to 2 HP. They work their way forward. The plant getting ready to come in. King up over the top. Will stand tall. 7-5 at the half. Lev still out in front.
Love this from Lev. They're on a weaker buy, and that's why the Outlaw is purchased here by GENG, because they saw the economic situation that Leviathan was in, and what Leviathan did instead was just went for full armors and a Sheriff and a Spectre. You know, kind of maybe anticipating that that was going to be something that GENG would consider, so they had a little bit of extra armor to survive those outlaw shots. Now, it didn't really come into play, but then you get that Hunter's Fury from Calm to open up the space. King just pushing right in there, doing some serious damage on the back of...
Thank you guys very much. Yes, let's see how things pick up as we get ready to go into the second half. The crowd roaring, but in favor of Lev. Everybody, these fans, they have been geared up wanting to see Aspas on stage in front of them, and they are being treated to it.
Global presence of that superstar felt here in Shanghai. King gonna be sneaking all the way up around the corner, heading to the back of garage.
So aggressive. I mean, he's completely unescorted. There's no one else here alongside him. Aspas not too far away, but do they read this at all? Karon about to make first contact. King quick on it. He almost comes away with a second. Texture going to be knocked down to 40, but in the end, it's going to be a 1-for-1 as the Vipers get taken out of the equation. Aspas up on the top, though. Quick with a headshot. Looks for the flick attempt, and one would have done it to take down Texture as well. Plant in the meantime going to be coming through. Texture able to find that headshot. Let's bring it back to parity. HP not in their favor here. They do have a decent amount of firepower, given that they have those two Sheriffs in play, but they need to be accurate with the shots. First one going through. Mazzino going to be whittled away. As Lakia looking for the timing there, but even though he catches Calm out with util in hand, he's unable to find the kill. Quick reactions from Calm, brings it back, a 2v2. Texture out of the open, trying to get the timing shot, trying to have them swing out into him, but they will not. Kills found, pistol win once again, going the way of Lev.
And it's these early lurks from King that sometimes throw teams off guard. He loves to do this. This is why the desk was talking about that him and Munchkin have a really similar play style. There's a really interesting battle going on between these two IGLs that they love to lurk around the maps. They love to get into positions to catch their opponents off guards. And it works pretty well. It gets the opening kill, and it gives just a little bit of extra time for Leviathan to get into place. Now, you could argue that this round might have still gone GENG's way if Lakia is able to connect those shots onto Calm. However, he can't. Calm with a fantastic reaction there. Able to swap back into his gun and take him down. Now, Outlaw for Aspas, Guardian for Tex, Spectre, Stinger, Sheriff. Smorgasbord here for Leviathan on their buy.
Right here.
Early wall set up, but widely being disrespected here by GENG. They push up past this one, another one coming through as Dizzy goes up over the top. Rotation's not yet in, but Texture again starting things off with a low HP bar as Tex is able to find him. Lakia taken down moments before. Karon with 4 HP, gonna see if he can do anything at all, but he ends up just getting mowed down by the Stinger. And that suddenly leaves Meteor all on his lonesome. Mentioned to find one, but there's a player up above. The knife is coming through. Calm looking for it. This time denied.
Oh, I love it. I love it. But what I'm really loving about Leviathan right now is the way they're swinging together, the way that they're finding great timings here. We saw it in the pistol round to close it out with those final 2 kills. Here you're seeing the swing out as GENG gets in towards the site, trying to find some kind of damage, and it's just immediately shut down. Just phenomenal teamwork right now for Leviathan. They're really feeling it. Going to be able to carry over that Outlaw, Guardian, Stinger. It's basically the same buy as the previous round coming into their bonus.
You can tell how much they're feeling. I mean, Calm going for that knife kill. That's just bringing back memories of him stabbing Buzz. That crucial moment on Fracture many moons ago. Man was looking for that same energy.
It's a full buy for GENG as they look See if there's any more trickery. And with that cascade there, gonna have to be a little bit cautious of it, of course. You might be trying to sneak a player somewhere in there in green, but GENG, though, happy to take their time, happy to wait this out. Meteor just looking around towards mid, seeing if anybody's coming out of tube. Now, for Leviathan, they don't have much info either. They know there were a few players over at B, but right now, Calm up on the pipes. Watching. What an angle.
There's a swing in. First two shots going to go a little bit wide, but now they know that that Outlaw's in play. They know that Ospas is here, and they very quickly evacuate the site. Start working their way and cross over in towards B. Quick peek into mid. Clear out that turret here. Knife's not going to confirm any forward presence. They know that there's going to be no one in back yellow, but Zeno playing that close corner, gets a little bit of damage across, has to back away. Makes it out to safety.
30
avoiding a lot of the mollies being sent in, and while he gets flashed, he's still able to find one. King up over the top, the headshot comes through. Lakia going to be taken down. Munchkin does manage to find him though. Brings us back into a 3v3, but once again, the bonus. This could be catastrophic for GENG if they continue to lose members, and now Meteor is gone. Texture, he sees the gun barrel, he's able to find the headshot, but not before Tex gets a hit off. Now Texture whittle away at that Sheriff, will kill. Calm having to be respected, he just swings out with the stinger and finds the elim. Spike now taking a fragment in hand. Munchkin tucked back behind the box. They are very much aware of this, it would seem. They want to go on the push. They rush forward. 6 pulls remaining. He tries to get the knife again. Come, you absolute lunatic. But it doesn't matter. The kill is found, but as he tries to hold in for the defuse, the time has been bought. Munchkin, he did his damnedest. He did his job to be able to get them over the line for the Red Bull clutch, but everything, once again, taken away from GENG.
It's just so expensive for GENG, and Leviathan is just so disciplined right now. They're not giving anything over for free almost. I mean, there's a few kills here and there, but Calm doing such a good job playing his life. Beautiful shock dart as well, and then he knows that he can just run in the face of Munchkin, and that maybe could have given him enough time. It was just 0.27 short. Love the attempt, no more bullets. Might as well body block for your teammate so you can get a little extra knife damage in there. Now, quick push out. Leviathan and a great shot for Ospas.
What a way to kick off the round. Another full pie as he goes ahead, swings the corner once again. And that's the dynamic duo. Taken down, full flash connecting here on Mazzino, but everybody having the back pedals. The Hunter's Fury coming across, tag on a 1. Looking for that follow-up, but unable to find it. A rare killless Hunter's Fury here from Calm, but still damage dealt and a message sent. GENG having to pull back and play this out much more patiently, much more quietly. Calm in the meantime, droning out into mid, gets the spot here on the Munchkin. Didn't see anybody else, but looks like they're not fully biting on this being a rotation, and why would they? They've got so many players, they've got everybody alive. They can continue to just be fanned out, and there is another one for Ospas, who just looks like an absolute god.
And this Outlaw, so devastating when you know your opponent can't afford to go for those full armors if they are going to invest in rifles. You can see the economy of GENG is in tatters. 100 for Meteor, 150 for Texture. Everyone else bought down to 0, and GENG is going for the save. I don't think they're going to give that ace up over to Ospas easily. Certainly, they might consider looking for it, but LEV, looks like they're happy to just kind of fan out, make sure there's nothing strange going on. Ospas just going fishing. Nothing to be
10
found.
seconds left.
Couple more bullets in that Outlaw. Let's see if he's going to get into spawn, and Maki has tried to tuck himself into the corner.
Just not enough time.
Yeah.
Won't be able to find it. The crowd was chanting for the ace, but they'll have to just settle for the 3K here from Ospas, who just holds down that site and goes ahead and upgrades to a Vandal now. LEV, they get themselves up to double digits, and what an incredible pairing of shots to start things off.
He's just insane. Always has been.
The Outlaw Demon.
The Outlaw Demon. No doubt about it.
Oh, he is indeed. It's GENG.
Texture so far not matching up with Ospas, his duelist across the stage, trying to find some value in this round. Gonna get the full armor as well, so putting your eggs in the Texture basket despite a slow start here on map 1.
Now, we've seen it, that switch get flipped very quickly. But right now, it has not been a good look. I mean, down by 10 kills. It's a massive delta between the two Jets. Ospas has just been very much looking to affirm that he is the superior. Flashes now start to come through, and they are just met with an immense amount of death. Texture going to be taken down. A blink and you miss it round. LEV completely ready to intercept this push.
Just beautiful anti-flash positions played by LEV. Yeah, one of them gets caught by the Dizzy, but at that point the round was basically over.
What a read.
Just, yep, perfect read. Knew exactly what was coming. And now you do have the Blade Storm for Texture. You have rifles mostly. Munchkin gonna go for a Guardian, but just, yep, just perfect.
Disjointing this thing, you know, being seen here though, pushing ahead of that wall before the Dizzy starts to come through, not getting any kind of identification as to other players' positions. Knife's now gonna be pulled out here by Texture as they look to work their way over towards B. Munchkin maybe sending a couple shots over towards Mazzino. They will go ahead and pull back, but that Reckoning is also available for Mazzino to make things a lot more difficult for them. Meteor creeping forward, tries to get the catch, but Tex is just so ready for this.
New.
Shuts him down. That's the deep lurk now taken care of. And for Leviathan, you know that everybody is just going to be pushing forward here. Straight up through main, runs past Yellow. Cloudburst thrown down. Texture looking to take some deep positioning here. Over by Snowman. Karen Snappy with that headshot. Snappy with a second. Takes out King as well. Swing onto the corner. Mazzino will go ahead. Bring that to a conclusion. They're taking him down, but now we've got the no command. The Thrash coming through to try to buy some space. Check out around. Make sure no one is close to this spike. But here comes the lurk from Calm. Munchkin seemingly aware of this, wary of it. But can he win out the fight? Has that Guardian in hand. Wall now coming through. The setup there from Mazzino, and now with that fragment coming in, Calm aware that there's going to be somebody at back Yellow, and he's going on the hunt, and Munchkin is not ready for this whatsoever. He gets taken down. Little minor spray coming through with the recon, able to find the pings. They hold it up the half. The counter spray back in. Tex takes down Lakia. Texture able to take them off of the spike defusal, and now the time. It is dwindled down, and they cannot escape. It's another Red Bull clutch that results in all of GENG being left on the floor, but they do get the round win.
Yeah, this is one of those rounds where GENG is able to get just enough space. They're able to get the plant down, and they're able to push Snowman. They love to do this. Texture loves to do this, especially when he's got a Blade Storm in hand. You have phenomenal angles from the back angle to really just rain down destruction, updraft, up and over a lot of those toxic screens and other utils. Get some damage. However, it's more about the positioning in this case. They're just in a spot where LEV has to push them to clear this, to get enough time to get the defuse. They get it to half, that's all they get.
Oh, Munchkin spotted and tagged up significantly. Swings back out, and Mazzino, I mean, I think he could have just firmly planted his feet and found the kill, but opts to go ahead and back away, play it a bit more cautiously. Aspas position forward, Texture just around this corner, swings out, and of course he's ready for it. Nails the flick, takes him down. Tex holds Meteor at belt. Aspas re-peeks for another. And Leviathan, they look like they are done with this round. Spike can be picked up. It's there. Munchkin has it. But what do you realistically even do?
And you
the
know,
only call is to save.
Yeah, you know that there was a Guardian in place. You could just watch these guns. Make sure that GENG can't upgrade. As you're going to assume at this point, they're going to go for a save. Not much to be done after you get those opening 3 kills. Great job by Aspas and Tex. I mean, just watching the angles, understanding the way that GENG likes to play. I mean, Tex in the previous round, catching Meteor through the window. They have just a phenomenal read. So impressive is Leviathan coming into this icebox.
30 seconds left.
Certainly their map pick, certainly they've been pretty good on it so far this year, but they're 4-2 in this stage. They are just really making GENG scramble to get rounds.
Here comes the hunt, though.
Yep.
Horn's been sounded, and they're starting to really encroach on this position. They want to take these weapons away.
10 seconds
LEV get themselves up to 12. Munchkin able to find one. Dart going to be lobbed in, trying to get the reveal, but they are just getting pushed now in towards Aspas. Munchkin trying to stay alive. Is able to take a couple players down with him, but it doesn't matter. LEV get everything away from GENG once again as they move up to map point.
And GENG's economy is once again in the gutter. Every round that GENG has won in this half has cost them other players. And it's amazing, it's astounding the way that Leviathan is able to find these kills, find these early picks. A little bit of frustration on the face of Texture. Hasn't come out the way that he would have, and more for GENG to find themselves even this round, let alone 5 in a row. Bit of a setup now. GENG thinking about going for a pretty stacked push. towards mid. Texture and Meteor, but oh my god.
Just trying to rush out of garage, and Ospas is having none of it. Spots the head of another, but cannot find the shot. But already damage dealt further. Found Tex. Guns down 2. Push on the tube. He thinks not. The jiggle peek out. The knives now pulled. Ospas wanting to put a finish to this. They still have a lockdown. They have everything, and it's just going to be a blind shot through the wall. Because I can see your traces. I can see through you.
Unreal.
And does he find the final? Charon now ushered out towards Calm, towards Tex, and it will be Tex to go ahead and clean it up. The up-team's flawless of the map to close things.
They faced each other during the weekly series of the split. And it's going to be very interesting because Leviathan looking very informed, looking like they have some great reads on what GENG wants to bring. Just the fragment out early, just to keep them pressured towards A main. Prowler sent to keep a few players in place, but Meteor right around the corner.
Tucked away, playing this out patiently, looks for Ospas, whittles away at him, but cannot find that kill. Tex, in the meantime, Nanoswarm takes down Munchkin. Ospas turns back, finds Meteor, and suddenly, LEV are getting the spike planted here on B. This one very much getting away from GENG. Ospas still here at 7 HP, but massive man advantage here for them as Mazzino looks to force them back. Texture with a nice headshot is able to find King. Lakia not to be crunched on here by 3 players. All lurking just around the opposite side. There's the jump out. He's not unable to find a single kill. Texture now looking to try to take a forward position, but the paint shell's going to come flying through. Han getting the reveal. Calm able to find them both. That's going to be a damn near flawless start as LEV will take yet another pistol.
It's a beautiful start here for LEV once again. Finding just enough space to get through. Meteor can't quite snipe Ospas out of the air. Some beautiful blast packing to get deep onto the B site. Then he's just going to be able to swing back through that smoke. Meteor had to turn his attention, some great patience to wait for Ospas to be able to re-clear, and a beautiful haunt from Calm. Having a great map 1 and continuing it here right into map 2. Everybody on Leviathan looking so in form. And GENG, nobody on Icebox was positive in their scoreline. Rough start once again, but last time they faced off against Paper Rex, they lost the pistol. They dropped the first 4 rounds. They're able to turn it around, but this Leviathan team feels like they are a different animal right now.
You get Ospas, you get Calm over onto an international stage, and it seems like something just clicks. Lockya taking a lot of forward space. He wants to try to lurk up here into a lobby. King there to meet him, but Lockya wins that one out and somehow doesn't take any damage either. Comes away with the kill, but going for the Sheriff recovery. A bridge too far, so he's unable to claim that for himself to get that extra little bit of firepower.
A stack here for GENG though, and LEV doesn't like it. They're gonna pull back, trying to see if they can clear Lockya after that opening pick.
Oh, the crouch, unscouted. Calm just playing this very patiently and almost gets the catch. It's a good amount of damage there on the Lockya. As now they'll start working their way here into the site. Still, the reinforcements needing to come through, and Lockya, he's in a committed position. Getting out of here, it's going to prove to be nigh impossible. He has to just try to take the fight, see if he can deal any kind of damage here for the rest of his team to play off of. Waits this one out. Plant coming through. Still tucked around the corner, and somehow he has gone completely unscouted. Tex watching over towards stairs would be a very quick adjustment for him to be able to find the kill. It's a push starting to come in. Tex able to win out that fight. Calm finding one, but then take it down as Texture finds another headshot here. Sheriff doing wonders, but Ospas 1-2 tap Tex with a finisher. They'll clean him up. 2 members dead, 2 rounds now. LEV starting things off wonderfully once again.
Yeah, I like the way Lockya played that. He really kept himself hidden. Could have caught Leviathan off guard, but Tex was very ready for it. Able to clear that angle nicely, and as per usual, Ospas is absolutely nasty. A great opener there for Lockya to win out with the classic. Texture able to find another with that Sheriff, but otherwise, great coordination. Seen great team play here so far from Leviathan. Rarely are they giving opportunities for GENG to find those trades that they want to get. A bit of spam out the opener here. Calm just grazed a bit. He's going to slide back towards A main. GENG able to take full A main control.
Everyone's being pushed over here in towards C. Turret to try to play contact, but the alarm bot is set up on B. They spot out that nanoswarm. Paranoia across. Now GENG going to be realizing that they're very much entrenched here on this C site, and retaking it can prove to be very damn difficult.
A lot of teams will go for that B hit on their bonus. But, oh, Lakia with the spam!
Manages to just come away with that one. So Mazzino on the floor. That does stop the spike from going down, but King in a very forward position comes up with two. Munchkin and Lakia both falling. Tex now looking for a little bit more as that spike plant comes in. Haunt out. Texture still looking to arrive. Tex just using that high penetration of the Guardian. Takes down Count on it, and now it's a 2v3 as Lev looks to try to convert the bonus. Texture inching forward, able to find one. Sends out the satchel, looks for the third, and he's got it! Texture maybe seemingly coming alive. Two players left surviving as GENG not allowing for Lev to convert that bonus, but it was still damn close.
Yeah, great read on the positioning there by Texture. Knew that there could be a player tucked in that corner still, through the blast pack just in case. And I think that gave him the win over Aspas in that duel. Has the showstopper now as well. But still, I like what Lev is doing. I mean, those Guardian shots from King are absolutely disgusting. I mean, if everybody on Lev is firing like they are so far, it's going to be a rough map for GENG again. Just tremendous stuff from Texture. Needs to get firing here for GENG to get them back into this. Gonna be looking towards that A main area. See if he gets an opportunity to fire off that showstopper. You're gonna see him and Karon working a lot together to control that rubble space. Even Lakia considering a shift over, just throwing the haunt out, but Meteor gonna be playing pretty far back on C, giving up a lot of space so far. Letting some of that util give him the early warning, and then he can peek those corners. Just everybody on Leviathan taking their time. You have to be so cautious against GENG because players like Meteor, players like Munchkin love to try to find those early picks. They've got that duelist tendency still inside of them, and they have been really good at it for most of the year.
Pushing their way up, trying to see if they can get anything out of GENG, but right now they're not really budging. Slow, steady rotate from Munchkin and Lakia to start making their way through B. Meteor joining in as well. Texture just waiting for this peek out. Ball comes back up. Already do have Aspas in front of this one, just watching that baby door. Aaron with his paranoia. Depending on when he wants to send it, could find an immense amount of value. There's the swing out. Decent damage dealt, and yet the kill found on the Tex, but now Texture going to be taken down as well. King finding one, finding a second. Lakia dead. Haunt forward, Munchkin, quick clear on that. What a Lev decide to do. 24 seconds remaining. Feels like it's going to have to be this A-site hit. Aspas now looking to lead the charge. The showstopper coming through. Karon with a quick little pump on the TP. Rocket going to be sent up towards heaven. Nothing going to be found as Munchkin makes his way now down into the drop, but swinging out. Karon able to find the headshot. Claims the first kill. Meteor on the lurk, finding one, finding a second. Now it is all on Mazzino to see what damage he can deal. He finds the first one. Pivot back over, 6 HP remaining on him. Karon just sprays into the smoke, manages to find him. As the defuse comes through, GENG, again, another bloody round. Not able to keep too many players alive, but they do tie things up at 2-2.
And another tremendous sight hold from Karon. We saw it once over on Icebox with that Viper play on A. This time around, he's being really cagey, finding good timings, hits the paranoia. GENG isn't really able to follow up on it the way they want, but that fake TP completely wastes that showstopper from Aspas, and then he starts winning some battles. Good swing with Munchkin as well there. After Munchkin went to drop to make sure that they could clear Aspas. Oh my goodness. It's pretty loud there, HSK, but
sharp, sweet, and to the point.
You're able to win that round, even though you lost that showstopper early for GENG. So that's the feather in your cap, but like you were alluding to, Achilleos, had to drop down to a couple Guardians, even though Lev is on a very weak buy.
Quick jiggle peek, goes out wide enough. Paranoia not getting the connection there. As the last pack going to be sent in, trying to disrupt them. Karon with a nice headshot to stop the exit. The showstopper goes a little bit too deep, and Texture ends up getting punished. Weapon now handed over. The Rocket not getting anything. Suddenly that is the man advantage here. The Phantom being passed over into Mazzino's hands. And as they continue to creep up in towards B, it's going to be another one recovered as Tex also grabs a Vandal. That much more pressure now put on the remaining players who seemingly have no idea where Lev are going to look to go.
And there's not much info here for Leviathan on what's going on that C site, so they're just being cautious. They haven't revealed any presence. This time around, Meteor set up that KJ utility over on A site. Now they're starting to get a sense because Calm hasn't been pressured at all.
Look at Munchkin's position. Okay, he's going to start backing away over towards Bend, ready for the snake bite to try to slow things up.
30
And
seconds
then as soon
left.
as he hears the haunt hit the sky,
Poison's off.
Snake Bite gonna be sent through. Tom just backing away for now. Time bought. Now the quick pivot in towards B. The spam across and Munchkin somehow comes away with 2. Now suddenly GENG in with a man advantage. Comp gonna be picking up that rifle, but it's gonna be put right back down on the ground. Zeno swinging onto the corner, Phantom in hand, the pull back from Meteor. He's on the hunt, he's looking for the kill. He's gonna be able to find him, and now he has to face against 2 from behind, and he cannot make it happen. GENG off the back of Munchkin with some just great games. It's playing off that that audio timing.
Yeah.
They win the round, and now they find themselves in a lead.
All it was just utility, throw out your molly, and then start spamming with the Guardian. Just going for it, sees the shots come through and tracks it down. Gets Tex on the second, and Munchkin able to turn that round on its head. It looked like Leviathan might be able to sneak a thrifty in themselves. But Munchkin standing tall, getting his first 2 kills of the map so far. A couple big ults, but Texture out aggressive. There's no real contestation here from Leviathan, so GENG gonna be able to get this space. Once again, Meteor immediately sliding over to B, so there's a read here for GENG that there could be fast hits coming towards B off of that early A main control.
Prowler spots King. I don't know if he's gonna necessarily read that there's multiple players here, but now he can confirm that, given the shots fired. Everybody else though positioned very much up front towards this C site.
Placing alarm bot.
Placed on the alarm bot. Meteor not having line of sight, can't go for a quick clear on that.
Recalling my bot.
Time to recall it. Has that lockdown available. Does he feel comfortable enough trying to go for a tempo play? Seems like for now the answer is going to be no. Munchkin wraps his way around bottom of bend here. Swings out, catches the timing. Ospot's distracted, ends up falling. Munchkin just looks for the next target. Sees sent, no connection to be found there. Quick spot out on that Omen. Multiple heads out in front of him, but he's unable to claim either of them. Meteor now trying to hold a hard line, but with the TP coming through, it distracts him and pulls his attention over to the side, and King is able to capitalize. Now the pit gonna be invested. 28 seconds remaining. Plant still not there. Texture arriving, finding Mazzino, but Lockheed gonna be traded out. Man advantage still very much here for the side of Leviathan, and they also have that lockdown, and it's gonna come into play. Hex investing, wanting to very much secure this round, wanting to tie things up. They wait out a little bit longer. Now the plant coming through. Texture playing aggressively. He's going to give his life for this one, but doesn't find any value. He ends up falling, and now it's all on Charon in a 1v3 into a pit.
Looks like it should be a save to me, but right now he's thinking about it at least.
Has the paranoia, trying to escort him at least a little bit further forward, but as that orb blooms, he says, okay, there's nothing that can be done here, and just has to back away.
And I love the way Leviathan works together as a team here. They make it so hard for these players on site to really keep their aim steady, to just pick out a target and then lock it down and take it out. Sure, you get the early one from Munchkin onto Aspas, but then there's like 3 or 4 players that are always in the face of whoever's on the site, and it makes it really difficult for those players to kind of figure out the timing on when they can go for those sprays, when they can go for those big moments. Leviathan's being really cagey, moving back and forth into cover so that you don't give these opportunities for these massive multi-kills to Munchkin and Meteor. And it's just wonderful. And the Nightfall as well makes it tricky, of course. You get that Viper's pit down, and it's nigh impossible for GENG to do much. Texture just going to see if he can do any damage. Maybe get the spike planter as they go for it, but it's red by Leviathan. And it has to be a weaker buy for GENG. Marshall, Guardian, Karen with the holdover Vandal, and a Sheriff for Texture, Ghost for Lakia. See if this time LEV wants to make a bit more noise. They do. Just a little bit of armor damage to calm there. Still, just keeps playing with GENG. Keeps throwing out his utility at the beginning of these rounds to keep GENG players focused on this A main area as they make their way over towards C and B. They cut sound and make it really difficult for GENG to get a good read on what exactly Leviathan is doing on their side of the map.
Oh, another orb pickup coming through there as Prowler looks for the hunt, and Comp does get tagged up. Meteor able to find that shot, but cannot find that kill. Ospas, smooth quick entry up on top of the box. Redraw here with that Marshall, though. He's unable to find the kills. Karen will be good for 1 before falling as Tex just mows down 3. Swing around the back of sight. Ospas swiftly deals with Munchkin, ensuring he can't get anything done with that Guardian. Only 1 player dead. LEV reestablishing a lead for themselves.
Yeah, and it just really feels like GENG is having a hard time keeping track of Leviathan's movements. These executes are so well coordinated. There's always more than one. I mean, Meteor, sure, he gets a couple tags, Karon tries to swing in to take advantage of that early damage that I'm sure Meteor was calling out, but only gets one in the exchange. And now, yeah, 47 kills. He's definitely getting the better of his rival duelist so far here today. They both have 6 kills. Now, you do have the Odin in play for GENG. Lakia gonna scoop that up. Couple big ults.
Oh my goodness, Ospas is able to take him down. Karon only able to find the one. That's 2 players dead. They do identify that the spike is over on this side of the map, but now the entry has come through. Paint Chills over towards Waterfall. Munchkin, he didn't get ahead of this. Does so, but now has been spotted. The Prowler as well, noting him. Swing up over the top here on site, and Ospas will swiftly take him down. Showstopper at the ready, but Showstopper unnecessary. It's a third. As he continues to push forward, the Odin will be able to shut him down at long last, but the spike is planted and Lakia is hightailing it out to try to hold on to this ever-expensive weapon.
And it's going to be tricky. Certainly Leviathan is aware, and they have the creds to go hunting, no doubt about it. King is hot to trot, trying to get to him. Lakia a little bit late on the ADS.
Where are you?
All destroyed, but still the flank coming through.
Stay cold.
Sees gonna be lobbed in, tries to get the transfer over to Tex. A couple shots found, but ultimately the Odin cannot be retained. Lev now moving forward 5-3.
And it's just, again, these multi-man pushes. Hard for GENG to isolate targets before they're getting taken down. They have to hit their shots instantly. They can't do it. Meanwhile, Ospas is. He is fast. He is hitting every shot he takes, it feels like. And GENG is going to be taking a timeout, it looks like.
Starting to let the team get away from them.
There's 3 sheriffs, half armors. Just want to get into those ults for the next round as well. You will get the Nightfall most likely for Lakia. There's that showstopper to consider. Quick clear of Baby Door as everybody is here at A main.
And the gamble stack from GENG is correct. They do manage to assess that this is where the early presence is going to be, but as far as finding value is concerned, it's going to be a bit of a util dump, and well, they will stave off left from this side of the map. They're not going to be rewarded with any kills nor any damage. Orb take does come through. Texture going to be one off that showstopper. But now everybody starts storming their way in towards C. A couple nano swarms to try to buy some time, buy some space, but showstopper comes out. Oh, Ospas messing up the timing on that rocket. Does it evolving as they go ahead. They push down right up in front. Meteor claiming 2 kills. Lakia does get taken down. Munchkin now pay them in hand. Clearing out on the Prowler. Tap on the door, a rotate through here from King, but already you have Karon situated just up along the side. Looks like for now, it's gonna be a reassess from Lev.
Oh, able to clear that boom bot. Rare mistake from Ospas. Sends this round into disarray for Leviathan. They are going to be rethinking this C site hit. Too much pressure, the upgraded gun, potentially 2 upgraded guns, in fact. It's gonna be near and dear for GENG. Instead, there's gonna be a rotate over towards A, and they throw the Viper's Pit?
Throw the Viper's Pit just to try to really ensure that this rotation over across the map is gonna be coming through. You know, they still have the alarm bot set up as, okay, tempo lockdown gonna be used. They know that they desperately want this round win. As Karon is able to put up 2 fantastic shots with the Sheriff.
10 seconds left.
King now, the IGL last one standing, spots the glimpse there of Texture. He himself, of course, also spotted, but there's the first, but there's just no time remaining. Wants to hold on to the weapon, wants to try to take any additional creds away from the team here. Build up towards his own Viper's Pit. But in the end, it's going to be a MasterCard thrifty here by GENG. Close the gap a little bit more.
I mean, you gotta like what you saw from GENG at the beginning of this round. Meteor finds a great timing to swing in with that stinger, catches the player TPing right up on top of the box as well. However, 2 big ults invested there, Achilleos. The Viper's Pit and the lockdown to guarantee GENG that round. I mean, certainly the ult cycle is in their favor. They have the showstopper, they have the Nightfall as well to back up this next round. But that is a heavy investment after what looked like a surefire win for them. Cutting down so many players early. Of course, the Odin spam now begins. A little bit of damage done here towards King, as A once again being seeded by Leviathan. And they really just are always kind of doing the same thing. It's A and then over to C, and then kind of feeling out the defenses that GENG sets up.
Smokes just being cycled here. cutting off that C access. Tap on the door. Try to see if they spot anybody out of place. Texture just going to be flush against the wall on that left-hand side on B entry. Looks like ultimately this might end up being another rotation back across over towards A, where Lakia is still situated with that Odin in hand.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way that they're working the map. They've rarely tried to commit back towards these A hits after rotating through, so nobody here from GENG to help out Lakia.
Very far forward, but the Prowler tells him all he needs to know. He's able to back away. Just trying to get himself over in towards the site now. Starts up that Odin spray, but multiple players playing over towards the door. Nightfall now coming across. That's going to catch on to everyone. TV across the map, just throwing in, but the headshot from Tex is absolutely gorgeous. Takes down Lakia. Ospaz, he's just running forward. He's the one who doesn't have audio, but GENG is still getting caught off guard. Rocket from Texture, however, able to put down Comm. 2 kills from Karan as he looks for a third. Swings in. Karan continuing to be an absolute demon. Texture holding the opposite side. Will be able to get that final kill. We are once again tied up at 5-5.
I mean, every time it feels like one team has an advantage, the other kind of swings it the other way. Tremendous firepower on display. Karan able to catch players trying to come out of tree. Turns around, able to deal with the sneaky Aspas. Gotten onto the back of the site, gotten a big kill of his own. GENG able to hold on. Lakia playing pretty well there to save his life as long as he did, but couldn't quite ADS with that Odin fast enough. Was just a step behind, hanging between those two. And you've got some great ults to make that happen if you can get into them. Get control of an orb early. You know, the A orb, generally you're gonna have to cede that over to GENG, but the C orb has been firmly under your purview. For Leviathan, it is kind of a bit of a attempt at a B push. The spike has been left towards spawn though, so this is all just pressure to, again, try to feel out GENG's defense. As Meteor tucked himself into that corner.
A little bit more of a fan out here. The Prowler doesn't go deep enough to actually check for Meteor, but he should be somewhat suspicious as to his positioning. Hit onto the door. King still just outside of a lobby. And a swarm going to be thrown in just to try to clear out the opposing one. They do so.
Now, they did snag that orb to get Tex the lockdown. That's the first piece of the puzzle here for Leviathan. Looking for lurks, looking for pushes. Love this from Leviathan. You never know when a player like Meteor is going to take that lack of contact over towards the front of B and think about starting to try to push through himself. However, spike retrieved, bound, now being taken under control by Leviathan, as it looks like they're setting up for a C hit.
There.
Munchkin not too far away. Meteor's well still there at B, but here comes the hit. Clear out on the turret, entry around into the back. Karan going to be struck down. Texture able to find one, looks for a second, finds it. Push coming through. The covering fire from Munchkin is absolutely gorgeous. And it's just a meat grinder on that C site. GENG swiftly dismissing LEV. Now we go into the last round of the half. LEV, plenty of ultimates to try to work with, but cash-wise, it's a bit lacking.
Felt like for a moment there, LEV was going to break that site open after getting that first kill. But Texture gets snappy with the Phantom, finds a couple of huge kills, sees the TP, able to immediately anticipate the re-swing from King. Really well handled there by Texture on site. And I saw the ping come down from GENG as well, expecting that lockdown in that corner right outside of the C door.
Well, got to be expecting it now.
Yep, here comes that lurk.
Looks forward, Meteor thinking about swinging out wider and does back away, but this triple push is coming through. Texture now in danger of being crunched, but looks like the first one always just got the Guardian. He's unable to find the headshots instantly, so he ends up falling down. Lockdown now out of the equation. Pit can still be in play though, as that spike gets planted here on A. Pit just coming through the pit. Now invested. Spike crossed on Mazzino, falling one by one, getting picked off. Aspas and Comm, King, the heroics resting on their shoulders. The turret alerts, they know that one's going to be playing over towards that B connector. Aspas looking to reroute, pushes his way up through upper. Munchkin tucking away inside of the pit, gets the jump, gets the timing, and Comm's going to be taken down. Now 2 players left. Getting ready to arrive towards rope here is Aspas, but there's so much work for him to do. Looking for the target, but the spike is just not planted for him. He'll only be able to find a singular kill as Karan will fall. Meteor will take him down. It's going to be 7-5 with GENG out in front of the half.
Yeah, and GENG finally decides we're going to push from C and B all together. Everybody, everywhere, all at once. Decides to swing in towards the spawn. See if they can get some picks. They're a little lucky to avoid some damage from Tex with that Guardian. That's the benefit of being able to force your opponent onto that weaker buy, make it a bit tougher for them to find those shots. And then they do a phenomenal job clearing the Viper's pit. Lakia on point with his utility to help out.
Going on this second map says, you know, even if we do drop this one, we're confident that we'll be able to close out on the third. But now we go into the second half here of Lotus. GENG over onto the attack. Let's see how they do fare.
I mean, Fernando is pumped up in the crowd. King here sets up the one-way around the corner. They just swing through and take him down.
And just kind of disrespecting the angle. Texture able to find that headshot. Calm now situated with the boombot, allowing them to know that he is there. Does find one. Mazino taking down Munchkin. A 3v3 now as the plant gets ready to come through. All of LEV starting to make their way back over here towards this site as they look for the recontest. Couple shots across. Some damage. Mazino going to be falling low, but Tex, the instant headshot. Lakia gets knocked out of the park. Karen out trying to hold this corner. It's going to be good for one. Good for a second. Looks for the third. But Meteor is able to find it. Narrow margins there, but it's going to be GENG, I believe, picking up their first pistol round win of the series.
I believe you are correct, and that's a really important one for GENG to keep this momentum going, to establish their dominance on this ever-important attacker side on Lotus for them. Karon somehow, some way, stays alive long enough for Meteor to help him out there. GENG just doing a good job working together there to swing through that one-way setup that King had. That's amazing. I love the art. Love it.
I'll find you.
Heavy investment here. As Texture's just okay. Ping on the haunt, doesn't matter. 2 kills. Spray across there. And Texture with some very nice value early on. Grabs the orb, really wants to fast track that showstopper, and he's already beyond the halfway point toward it. Lev now looking to early rotate these players around. Themselves situated here on the site. Texture checking things out. Waiting, using this smoke as much as they possibly can to gain information. Yeah, they really want the showstopper, so they even pass the spike plant over to him. As that one situated now, paint shell still in his hands. Zeno works his way over towards drop. King just waiting for the smokes to dissipate. He's got an angle to actually try to play off of. As there's a reveal on the one. Paint shell's now going to be sent. He's looking for the TP, but will just end up swinging out as Texture claims himself a third. Tex now last one standing. Was crispy with the ghost in the previous round, but it's against significantly stronger firepower here. So widely, my just want to tuck back and wait for that spike to detonate.
Yeah, looks like this is going to be GENG's round, and Texture on Icebox. It was Ospas's first round win in terms of the bout between these two players, and this time around Texture is starting to take control of this map. He has been instrumental, those opening 2 kills, and then he's just swinging around the site looking for more, looking for those extra alt orbs to see if he could get that showstopper. He's only one away, so as long as GENG can safely and securely claim an orb, we're gonna have a very strong round here. Potentially could take this bonus. 3 Bulldogs, a Vandal, and a Phantom for Texture. And Leviathan left hoping that they can keep this snowball from continuing to roll downhill.
Heavy investment, but because of the cleanliness of that previous round, and given the investment that GENG had, they have pretty good firepower to try to match on the opposite side. Texture again, just getting marked, not too worried about it. Just playing with confidence, but Aspas now holding, tries to find another kill, can't quite make it happen. Mazino is playing in behind the door, trying to keep himself alive. Doesn't want to over-challenge, doesn't want to get taken down. Swing onto the corner, and Calm going to be caught. Munchkin finds that kill. Mazino, though, reopening, does manage to find a pick. Munchkin now dead, a 3v3. The double swing around the corner, and Lakia claims the kill. Texture already situated here on the site. The paint shell's going in deep, gets it out in front, and he cleans up the final 2.
Think that's it.
GENG now starting to run away with things as they move up to 10.
Yeah, unbelievable pressure that GENG's able to create here to get Texture onto B site and make this so tricky. They swing together nicely on Mazino after he hit a good paranoia to take down Munchkin. This is just beautiful stuff here. That nade forces the second player out right into the open arms of Texture. Now he's got that showstopper. Let's see what they want to do. 4 Sheriffs and a Stinger for Leviathan. The bonus does indeed go the way of GENG, up to 10-5 now.
On for Haunt. Texture again, just consistently being spotted as Carolina, quick peek out. Paint shell's now going to be lobbed in. Showstopper as well. Sends it back box. Somehow only comes away with 1, but the paint shell explodes, and Texture finds a 3rd. And just like that, the crunch dealt with. As Calm will be the last one standing, just sat here. The baby door not even broken for him. Could rotate around to upper to try to get himself over towards that spike, but Seems like he's just going to stay stagnant here for the moment. Remain quiet. Now we'll start moving, but he's expecting the crunch. He's expecting them to come out hunting for him.
Let's see if that's what they want to do. But man, the tempo here started to be turned up by Texture and GENG. He is feeling himself. He doesn't care if he gets hit by those haunts. He wants to challenge these players right now because he is on fire. Baby door cleared. Calm. Stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Makes him a lot more concerned, but he is able to find one. But Texture will just counter swing in. Cleans it up. A 4K for him in the round. Already 3 towards that next showstopper. As GENG, they move up 11-5.
Oh me, oh my. And a much needed timeout here for Leviathan. Because this is a runaway freight train that GENG is piloting. And it has been...
Ultimates at Nightfall. Going to be maybe the first one that they're able to get online.
And the last time GENG played this map, Texture had 28 kills on his way to setting the best of 5 kill record in Pacific. Oh my God!
What in the hell? A fadeaway shot, Calm, taken down. I think Munchkin himself probably surprised that he was able to find that one. Basically just catching a stray. Texture now looking for the entry, spots King, takes a bit of damage. King tries to hold the line, finds 2 for himself.
Spike down.
Doing his damnedest to keep his squad in this round. Texture reading it, expecting it. Finding victory in it. Mazzino struck down on the approach. Now Ospas as well, swinging out of upper, unable to find any value there. Tex now hightailing it, trying to survive, trying to keep himself, this weapon alive. As the spike will get pivoted over to A. He's recalling his util and he is pushing forward, but Texture, he's watching this position.
Pinged it out.
Does he read this? Texture statuesque. 2-tap, the kill found. A paint shell in celebration as GENG get themselves up to map point.
I mean, they're being so decisive right now. Munchkin gets this early kill, and it's an immediate pivot over towards B. Texture identifies the player on site, King. King able to find 2, though. The swings out of the toxic screen, a little bit slow there for GENG, and they pay the price. They had an opportunity here, but you can see 1, 2. They give him the opportunity. Caron finally able to stabilize. This is a great angle for Texture because Mazzino has to be wary of that corner. That's where you're expecting that player to be tucked in, and Texture gets the better of him. He reads Mazzino's mind a little bit there, and onto this last round, a lot of weak weaponry.
A bait out on the TP, and then Munchkin just takes advantage, gets the reveal there on a Mazzino, and Mazzino's just not ready to 180 pivot back. It's another early advantage as GENG look to bring this map to an end. Clear out, Nano Swarm gone here in front of C. Alarm bot as well taken down. GENG finding everything that they're looking for at every corner of the map.
Poison's off.
Just amazing. The util from Lakia has been so good, clearing corners.
The A site right now is open.
Yeah, wide open. There's nobody there.
If Munchkin continues to work for it, he could just drop a pit and say, oh, come on in, guys.
Yeah, no, I mean...
The water's warm.
But he's going to do what Munchkin does, and he's going to try to push towards spawn.
Going on the deep lurk. Nightfall going across.
Oh, they have no idea.
They managed to dodge out on that one. No, never mind. Kill still going to be found. Ospas taken down, and now Calm's attention pulled in so many different directions. Has his Odin in hand, but he's not sure where it's all going to be coming from. King does manage to find one, but there, Munchkin makes his presence known once more. 3K for him. King and Tex, the 2 players left, but it's just so many obstacles in their way. The pit now invested.
It's going to take a miracle.
Double push downstairs, trying to avoid the pit as much as possible, just playing along the outskirts of this one, but Lakia waiting, Shorty even in hand. That could be costly for them if they went rushing forward, but ultimately they're swinging around the back, but this is costing them so much time. A weapon pickup, but now everything heard. Tap onto the door. They are so wary about this deep lurk coming through from behind. They just don't have the time for it. First kill is found, but this is already done and dusted. King will try to put up another couple of kills, but he cannot make it happen. 13-5.
And we look to see here who is going to be the better duelist. Ospas on Icebox, Texture on Lotus, and now we look to Breeze. Find out who is going to be able to take this series and go 1-0. That crucial 1-0 here in this Swiss stage. It's going to be Leviathan on the defense. GENG on the attacker side. Leviathan, this is where they do their damage on this map, is on this defender's side. So a lot of pressure, I think, particularly onto the Yoru, onto Meteor. to try to slip the net past Leviathan's defenses and cause some disruption. But an early establishment of mid control.
Nebula
Ooh!
ends up falling, and Aspas able to come away with one, but
Spike down.
the dash
mid.
not taking him out far enough. But Tex, what is that shot? It's a finishing blow to take down Texture and keep Lev in with an advantage. Munchkin now looking to set up the wall here. That's a crossover in towards A.
Could be a fake.
Trying to, but you can still see that the Lev players drifting their way over towards B. At least we'll now split up and try to just go 2 and 2 on these sites.
But Munchkin didn't get the attention he wanted, so he's going to try to go towards that link angle. See if he can go on a bit of a lurk about. Now they start pressuring the front of that site.
Calm, first line of defense, tries to find the kill, but Count eventually finds that headshot. Now the approach coming through, but Tex very much aware of this. Does
30
take him down.
seconds left.
Karen at 10 HP. Meteor needing to find some impact. Tap on the spike, trying to see if he gets any forward pushes coming through. Lev
Last
still
player
playing this out
standing.
very patiently. Now Meteor in a very dire position. 2 around the half wall. Here's that cyber cage getting tossed, and Tex is going to be good for it. This guy's been putting up numbers this entire series so far. He starts off the pistol round here on Breeze, just as strong.
The awareness just phenomenal from Leviathan on this mid cross. Nebula goes down and they're ready for it. It looked to me like they might be swinging back towards A site to try to set up a pinch on an execute from GENG. But when that Nebula goes down, they are fully prepared. Even though it's a trade, Tex so ready for that Munchkin change of direction. Munchkin didn't get any contact over towards A. Didn't get that pull off of that toxic screen like he would have liked. Now you got that outlaw again for Aspas.
Oh. Dash at the ready. Meteor making some noise as he works his way up into the Nebula. Aspas now gambling, trying to figure out where exactly he's going to approach from, but Meteor does decide to just go ahead and back away.
Still looking to see where exactly GENG is considering. They're just looking for somebody to get aggressive, seeing if they can maybe find that opening pick. See if they can get Texture set up with this Sheriff. Even Charon coming out towards mid, but didn't really see much, so it's going to be the spike pickup for Meteor. Heading back over towards that B site, but again, the toxic screen seemingly a ruse from Munchkin. So far, hasn't paid off for GENG just yet. This time, Calm going to be kind of the pivot man here for Leviathan.
Akia with a very deep lurk up here into this A site. 3 players on the opposite side and plenty of covering fire. Here's some footsteps, so even if he was able to try to get the jump onto one, he wisely needs to try to wait and see if he can pull some rotations, but now they know that he's in.
30 seconds
Akia
left.
trying to cut back the opposite side, but he's not ready for the swing around. Aspas makes his presence known. And you can see GENG in the minimap scrambling now to assess how they want to go on this approach, where they want the spike to go, and they are running out of time. 18 seconds remaining, so it's going to have to be this A site. Teleport set up, smoke coming through, looking for that concuss. There's the TP in, but Meteor
seconds left.
turns back around, the opposite side. Now it's a little bit too late. Aspas finds it. Calm and King get the rest of the eliminations, and that is going to be a flawless anti-eco here from Lev.
Oh, it's a cute attempt at the Nova Pulse into the TP. Almost gets Aspas, but he's able to sneak behind Meteor. And Meteor isn't aware until it's too late. Aspas able to switch over to the Classic, take him down. GENG kind of second-guessing themselves. They're trying to get a little tricky. They're trying to throw Leviathan off, but right now, Leviathan's doing a really good job of reading into GENG's movements. They don't move a muscle, even though all that space is gained by Lakia unaccounted for. They're just willing to hold. Gonna dodge the knife early. Oh my God, he's up on top of the map, looking to get some more value out of this outlaw.
He is, and while everybody on GENG, aside from Texture, does have full armor, Aspas' accuracy, those headshots could very well come into play. Cam going to be set up. Xeno working his way around here towards tunnel. Aspas now reinforcing as the plant. They're going to be stuck. Does so, but Tex! 1-2 punch! Knocks him out! Scoops up the weapon, now a Vandal in hand. He doesn't even take that much damage for it. Aspas now with a deep line. That jiggle peek Tex should have noted. Ahead there of Lakia. Does manage to go ahead and find a kill. Calm going to be taken down now.
Enemy mark.
And drone forward, gets the tag onto one. Count on with a very deep late lurk. Does find the headshot, picks off King. Adds a little bit more chaos into the mix here. For them to try to deal with it. Munchkin with that Guardian. Always a deadly foe. puts a shot here into Mazzino, swings out, challenges for the fight. Aspas able to find one, but the shock darts are lobbing through, and Karen on that hard right flank does take him down. GENG, they will be able to win out this third round as Karen desperately tries to scoop up a rifle that isn't a Guardian. Cannot do so, but again, 3 players dead.
Yeah, just phenomenal patience here from Tex. He's doing such a good job against GENG on this map so far. Just waits it out until the very last second. That internal timer was perfect. Even the ADSs for that second shot. But then it's GENG's turn with their Guardians. Munchkin so good, so stable with that, helping keep Lakia safe to set up those shock dart lineups. And now you have the op already for Aspas, looking to get aggressive here, but all of GENG on the other side of the map, looking for this A crunch through door.
Playing away from this one and just not really having any ambiguity. They're just stomping their way forward. Cloudburst down, trying to escort forward. Shock dart looking for a little bit of damage. There's the entry. Cloudburst gonna be fading though, and they're not ready for Mazzino over here by double doors. Texture, the first to fall, and they still have King over at back pyramid. This is very much gummed up the works here for GENG, and now the neural theft built up very swiftly here by Tex. Goes into play. They managed to identify the positions of everybody of GENG.
The longer this takes, the worse this gets, because Aspas is approaching towards GENG with that operator. He might catch Munchkin on the cross.
0 point, might have caught a couple people with a shot, not going to connect. Munchkin can breathe a sigh of relief, at least for the moment, but there's still a gap that he's gonna have to try to cross. Aspas set up on it, so yeah, the Nebula has to come through just to force him off the angle. But now he can just try to rotate around in towards elbow and get a better line.
Yeah, that execute just not going their way.
They should read this, they should be privy to it, but as they just slow walk out, it's an easy shot for him to make. Aspas finds the kill. Count out, hearing the rotations coming through, but there's still 2 players situated here on this A site. You can try to find the opener. Maybe GENG can get this plant coming through, but oh, jump peek. Mazzino revealing his position, but Karen, there's still a lot more that he has to try to investigate here, but now there's just 10 seconds remaining. Meteor, he needs this escort forward. Attention has been drawn, but they have to go for the plant now. They still suspect somebody over towards A main. Meteor tucked away just alongside the pyramid. Tries to get the plant down, swing out, King finding one. Meteor trying to back away. Does manage to break line of sight in time, but now it's just he and Munchkin, who's still a world away, to try to clutch this one out. Meteor finding one. Has the dimensional drift. If he decides to pull the trigger on that, Munchkin does manage to get the catch. Calm now going to be taken down as we have ring around the rosy here, the pyramids. Aspas makes his way over towards the site. I don't think he saw him. Certainly didn't see King in that moment. Aspas up into the air, tries to get himself up on top of the pyramid to get a better vantage point. He ends up getting sniped out. Munchkin finds it. Meteor gets King, and somehow, some way, GENG convert this round into a win.
I mean, I'm fooled as well. I feel bad for Leviathan. That was them reading this so well. It felt like they had GENG trapped. But the fact that Aspas doesn't get that shot onto Munchkin, he was just a little bit late on the scope in. That allows Munchkin to go on a bit of a walkabout, try to clear some space on the map. And then somehow, some way, Meteor's able to get that plant down and just outguess his opponents and where he is going to be. Just slow walking around that pyramid, never giving up his location easily. Knife out early, a lot of players contesting overhaul. Bladestorm pop for Aspas.
Yep, slow creeping forward. Meteor gonna be the first one to try to intercept, but here comes the push. Util in hand, does manage to find the flash, but he also catches it onto himself. He's now pinged out, knives thrown. And he's got 2 players challenging in halls, finds the first one, Aspas pushing forward, finds the other, right clicks coming across, tries to take down Lakia, but is only able to find a smattering of damage as he falls down to 72.
Unbelievable. Ooh, nice shots for Lakia, gonna get that kill. Now, B site under GENG's control. Hello.
The second glance, and Mazzino will fall. Lakia. Monstrous round from him. Hunter's Fury now going to be online going into the next, and the B site completely opened up. Tex trying to make the decision as far as what he wants to do. Sit back, wait for the spike to detonate, or go for some damage.
Spike planted.
Either way, Cash is starting to build up decently,
Ooh.
but that's a great dink. Takes him down, but unfortunately it's not the kill.
Heck of a shot. Here's those footsteps.
2 quick shots, Lakia falling. Now from here, options a little bit more opened up, but with Karen finding the kill, denies him being able to recover the weapon and just tuck away.
Yeah, it's a scrappy start to the round, we'll say that. It's just, you know, Aspas there just catching Meteor with the flash in hand, but Meteor's able to pop that flash in time to, you know, get them both fully flashed with it, so they have to both reset in that fight.
I assume Aspas was fully flashing.
I assume.
Couldn't quite tell, to be honest.
It looked like it got him enough that he had, he had to back off. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. It was good enough to back him off.
It was an intimidation flash.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just
Try not to die.
to scare him off a little bit. Just a lot of ults for GENG is what my eyes see. Everything but the Blade Storm. So, Dimensional Drift, are they going to combo this into the Hunter's Fury potentially? But Tex just sat way back on this B site. Tries to spam through, but plant should be good for GENG.
Texture just dashing in, getting the plant down. Drone now coming up through that Cosmic Divide. Seeking target is the fake out, just walking its way through 4 players. That gets a ping onto one, and Aspas, oh, the wallbang shot to take out Meteor. That is gorgeous. Now he's posted up on top of the half wall, finds another. Texture dead, man advantage here for the side of GENG, but there's the pull that bites up into the air. The light tactics here for GENG are aplenty. They even have the Hunter's Fury. Starts now flying, Tex, hounded down. Swing out from Munchkin, shot doesn't connect, somehow he gets calm. Now the Hunter's Fury layered in on top, and this round, it cannot go the way of LEV. The early kills from Aspas to get them involved, to get them up close to be able to get onto the site. They don't mean anything because the post-plant util from GENG is just too thorough.
Yeah, I love the save here for that Hunter's Fury for after the plant goes down. Feeling comfortable enough that they could get in just on the Dimensional Drift. Do what they need to do. Tex doing a good job keeping himself alive, keeping himself obscured behind that Cosmic Divide. So yeah, GENG knows they can get this plant down comfortably, set up into these post plants where they have so much deep utility to use. You have the shock darts from the Sova. In this case, you have the Hunter's Fury. You've got the Viper util. You've got the Astra util to completely stagger out these post plants.
Yeah.
Leviathan is going to have to do something about it.
Yeah.
From it.
Well, Operator still carried forward here into round 7. Half armors for damn near everyone aside from Mazzino. It's a very heavy stack here from GENG, and Aspas starts things off right foot forward. Texture going to be taken down there in elbow. Peeks across in the mid. You can already tell this is very much disrupted what GENG wanted to do at the start of this round. So now they're just going to start hightailing it back, cross over towards A.
Just trying to find some open space. Have to be a little bit considerate. They don't have a lot of info on what's going on. And Meteor setting up the fallback TP, just in case they don't like what they see on this site. And also set himself up potentially for those post plants. Good flash.
Fake out coming through, but King still able to find the headshot. Looks for the second, but Lockheed storms his way forward. Does find that pick. Zeno occupying space here on the site. Looking to be reinforced as Charon gets the spot there, but yeah, he's like, that's Aspas. He's got an operator. I'm backing the hell off.
I'd rather not.
And wisely keeps himself alive. Zeno though, spotted. Charon able to find that first kill, put some nasty damage here on a comm. They do find some more, and Aspas gets the headshot just over the top of the stairs, but now Munchkin playing forward, finds Aspas. Lakia finds Comm. 2 players standing once again, but cash aplenty. GENG carry on their merry way, now up 5-2.
Yeah, fantastic work here. Lakia quick with the follow-up to take out the player right around the corner. That leaves Mazzino kind of on an island for a while. Yes, it's a nice opener for Aspas, but then Charon able to identify Aspas's position, set himself up nicely for this crossfire towards the site. Munchkin just so ready for it. This is the GENG that gets scary, is when they start covering for each other like that.
Very steady on the aim there from Munchkin. It's nasty to see. So now straight into round 8. Multiple Sheriffs, 2 Vandals here for the side of LEV. The operators finally being wrested from their hands. Slow creep up though as Charon plays out on an island by himself.
Aki has got the spike there right at the front of A main. Could be.
You're just sat behind the bricks.
I'm just waiting this out. The gate crash just to see if there's any early pressure, and you can maybe TP behind if there's like a heavy push through A main. So you could set up a crossfire, but instead, Leviathan continues to play fairly defensively in terms of their positioning on the map. Charon, though, going to be holding down this elbow angle from Cannon.
There's 2 players just the opposite side there of elbow. For now, it's like GENG gonna start trying to work their way forward, but that 0 point is very nicely timed. Zeno putting an end to that push. Speedy just takes a couple shots, just trying to that isolated pick there onto King.
Well, you know there's at least 2 here for sure, probably 3. There's the Hunter's Fury to try to slow up this hit.
30 seconds
Fishing,
left.
trying to see if he can find anybody at all. It's actually going to be a concuss thrown at him because he's trying to lock him in place, and King's going to be taken down as Meteor goes on the entry. Open sinks up there, back pyramid. Tex lingering forward, but Karen very much anticipating this. He is ready to get the catch. Finds it, turns back. Aspas taken down low, but eventually does find a headshot to
One
reply.
enemy remaining.
Now he's the last one standing, given that this is one of the rifles they invested in the round. He wants to try to hold on to it. GENG is going to be allowed to move up to 6.
You can afford to send a player or two out looking. With the economy that GENG has, they can try to take this Vandal away.
Yeah, he already has the Blade Storm. I'm not worried about handing over that ultimate whatsoever. So they're having a very difficult time trying to determine where Aspas has gone.
The pings were all over the bottom side of the map, and that is not where Aspas is. So should be able to save his gun, I believe, unless Meteor catches him over at Arches.
He's working his way forward, but I don't know if he's going to get swung out wide enough to actually find that pick, and looks like the answer is going to be no. Checks in towards Nest as well as Halls. Spike detonates 4 players alive this time. GENG significantly cleaner round here versus this basically thrifty attempt from the side of LEV.
Yeah, just a good, well-coordinated execute here. Everybody doing their job for GENG in terms of covering the proper angles, hitting good shots.
Starting to read them really well.
They are. They really are. They're starting to get a feel for this map. They're starting to understand that they can take their time at the beginning of these rounds to identify the positions of Leviathan, take control of their side, take control of their space, and make decisions off the back of it. An immediate Viper's Pit pop here for Leviathan. Back smash. Oh.
He finds textured elbow once again, but this time there's somebody alongside him. Go ahead and just trade that out. So 1 for 1, jetless now. Are both squads, but still GENG have Meteor for that potential entry power on the Yoru.
Look at Lakia. He's tucked right outside of this Viper's Pit, hoping that he can catch King.
Double push out in the mid and count. He's over here grabbing orb at B main. Does he just say tucked? Ooh, well now he's in a much riskier position as the neural theft does come through. Lakia as well, forced off his position. Helen though, snappy on the comment. Have to see that one back.
Need that back.
Just absolutely destroys him there. Now Tex spotted, noted around the back of pillar. He's in a rough position here, trying to do-si-do against all of GENG. Finds the first one, finds the second. Tex again, looking good. Now reinforced as Mazzino arrives. Meteor taken down, it's all on Lakia. Spike never got planted. He's got full util, but being able to utilize it here, being able to isolate these fights, it's just not possible. As he creeps forward, Mazzino will strike him down, and LEV will finally get themselves another round win.
Yeah, I mean, Tex is playing these angles so well for himself. Yes. Just able to quickly take out his targets, then re-swing. I mean, this is just phenomenal. The shot through the box. Gets a little bit of help with a flash, I believe. Yeah, Mazzino's flash got in there. That's great support from the KO. That's okay. Some smiles from Karan. Having a good map. It looked like GENG was going to be able to break that site open off the back of that pick from Karan. Shock darts at the ready. Right now, once again, just Lakia. Oh boy.
I'm trying to force him away from that orb. They do so successfully. They might be anticipating, oh, Mazzino full flash, but still pushes forward. That's the spike now. Stranded, swing out, Munchkin trying to re-challenge, but King is there. Texture around the back, able to find Calm, pinching in. But they still have to break their way into shop. And Aspas, he gets ready to reinforce their position, but Texture with a one-tap takes out King. They're worried about this approach from behind, but Tex still a ways away. A 3v3 somehow. This Cosmic Divide going to be coming through. Mazzino just playing in front of the wall, can tuck back behind this one very swiftly, but another orb set up, trying to get the grab well across. All command thrown through, catches onto them both. No easy exits here for the Yoru. As Spike does get retrieved, and it looks like they just want to leave Meteor in there, lurking.
Fantastic use of this Cosmic Divide to get this spike
planted.
And get these post-plant positions set up. 2 towards A main, Karan on point, defending the spike. The Blade Storm for Aspas. He's looking to go hunting. No updraft though.
All right, null command popped. Oh, my util gotta be limited. Oh my God. What a shot. Karan gonna be taken down. Man advantage now here for the side of LEV. Meteor on a deep line, not quite reacting fast enough. There's a swing out, comes through, and now it is all on Meteor. Finds the first, the jump out, Aspas will dice him to pieces. This level scraped by with a victory here in round number 10. 4-6, they're clawing it back.
It's great understanding of the ult economy here by Leviathan. They know that that dimensional drift is close, and they challenge for that orb and take Lakia down in the spike with it and force out that big ultimate of the Cosmic Divide from Karon.
What a shot.
That is just ridiculous, Aspas. Just one tap with the blades. Unbelievable how clean he is. There are
Man,
few, yeah.
An absolute menace.
He is. Now he's got the operator again. You have some ults for GENG.
Yep. It's going to be the dimensional drift now coming through. Lakia still off that Hunter's Fury, so not going to be seeing that combo together. It's just going to be a scouting mission here for Meteor, who's widely not seeing too much of anything but Aspas. Oh, he is seeing Munchkin. Takes him down, pop flash out. Meteor lurking over here towards those double doors. Counter swing getting ready to come through. They're trying to get the catch here. Pop flashes out, catches two people, finds one through the smoke, tries to tuck back, but Aspas has been to pursue. Finds that kill, but now Karon swinging out of elbow, finds one. Lakia! Takes out Mazzino, takes out Calm. The drone going to be cleared out. Swings out. Aspas gets the headshot. And now it is he versus Karon. The spike is still here. Lakia in control of it.
Oh my goodness, Aspas. You absolute madman swaps over to the Vandal. Just going to be able to try to hold this spike under his view. And Karon has a lot of time to work with Achilleos.
He does, but it's Karon, the Royal Roader, coming into kickoff, joining Tier 1 for the first time, going up against a world champion, somebody who has been on so many international stages.
30 seconds left.
Now head-to-head in a very important 1v1. Aspas checking around backside. Nothing noted. Karon continuing to inch forward. Every angle needing to be checked, but the time now starting to work against him. 16 seconds remaining. Aspas starts pushing forward. Spike in hand. A quick check around the
10
back.
seconds
They're
left.
just dancing around each other. The Nebula coming through. The plant being held. Aspas slow, creeping
Spike
forward,
planted.
allows it to go off. He's expecting it, but Karon comes out on top, dissipates, gets the headshot, and clutches it for GENG.
And Karon was looking to get his chance to go head-to-head with Aspas, and he gets it, and he makes the most of it. 12-7 for Karon on this Astra. I mean, Aspas doing everything he can. Just brilliant positioning with this operator. Brilliant shots. Lakia keeping this round alive, and then Aspas immediately turns on him. Lakia had a chance in that swing. He had a split second, but you cannot give Aspas those split seconds. Oh, what a push out towards the window. Quickly identified still. The hit seems to be on here for GENG. They're looking to go full throttle on the B.
There's the entry. Tex sending out a couple shots. As Hunter's Fury now opened up, trying to cause some further chaos here on the site. Meteor, fragment landing at his feet, but Tex now caught up. Wall drops. Meteor able to find the shot. Calm going to be taken down. 3 players left here for the side of Lev to make this a 7-5 half. Aspas takes a shot, dashes out, sends another one just blind through the smoke, trying to see if he can get any kind of straight connection. But so far, they are eluding him. Meteor continuing to creep up, and so too is King, making his way forward, but look at this, they have this watched. The double stack as Lakia just instantly finds the headshot. King taken down. That was a contingency here for Lev. Mazzino swings out, Meteor says no, and it's now all on Aspas. He's been doing everything that he can, but Meteor will not give him the time of day. It's a flawless way to end the half as GENG are up 8-4.
And it's a brilliant start here for GENG. Generally, defender side is better for Leviathan on this map, so they've got a real advantage, not just in the scoreline, but in the flow of how things go for these teams. Oh my goodness, Lakia, great start, obscures the position of Meteor enough.
One enemy remaining.
Meteor so good. Close contact, getting Aspas at the end as well.
Coach is obviously quite happy. Lakia as well, having a whale of a time here in this game.
So lucky, bro.
But for Lev, they're at the halfway point here of this. Hasn't needed to really pop off to give GENG this 4-round lead that they have.
No, it's been Lakia, Munchkin, and Karon in particular doing a lot of good stuff, and this is the typical setup here for GENG. Karon putting a couple of those stars right at the front of A main, trying to play for himself. A good knife to eliminate the ability for him to use his util.
Swinging around, but Aspas already dealt with. Lakia able to find that shot. Recon will get a ping on the 1. Swing out, Lockett, looking to re-challenge. Scaron will fall. They know that King is going to be over on this side, but Munchkin slow creeps his way up through double doors, looking for the moment to strike. Meteor will find one. Lockett being encroached upon. Meteor going to be taken down. A reload coming through. Spam across, but it's going to be Texture who bails him out. And now it's Mazzino all on his lonesome in a 1v2. Texture and Munchkin both relatively healthy. Ghost, Sheriff, in both their hands. It needs to be some quick taps there from Mazzino, but he won't even be given the opportunity. It's a team ace as GENG will win the second half pistol.
I appreciate the idea here from Leviathan, using that 0 point to try to make Karon uncomfortable. Karon has gotten a lot better using that Astra utility at the front of A main, and then he puts one oftentimes right at the front of this pillar, or the pyramid, excuse me, to kind of give himself an extra angle to work with. And they use that 0 point to try to shut him down, but it's a little bit too late. And then on the execute, there's already a lot of help, a lot of crossfires for GENG set up to cut down those players. Aspas trying to push through the middle of the pyramids themselves, gets cut down. And then it's just Lev just trying to be scrappy. GENG, they're darn good at being scrappy too. What a shot from Texture!
Gets the follow-up as well, the re-peek. Delivering devastation. Meteor lurking, spotting one, but a warning shot will be given over to Tex. Leaving him to back off. King now trying to make his way over here. But Lockett up over the top, catching Aspas, catching the spike, drops down, and eventually is able to realign his aim. King now dead. Meteor on the catch. This time says, I'm not letting you get away.
Thanks for helping me take out
It's going to be a flawless round. GENG, they get themselves up to 10.
It's very clean. And Texture finding some big impact with this Marshall off the rip. Loves to push this angle with those snipers. Gets two, and that allows for Lockyer to more comfortably push up those halls, find two himself. Shut this round out. 3 Guardians, a Phantom, and a Spectre for GENG on their bonus, versus the full rifle purchase. A couple half armors for Leviathan. Let's see how they want to navigate this. Lockyer could be watching this hall angle. I think very crucial here for that to be under GENG's control. That has been some of the problems for them this year on this map, is not being able to maintain Hall's control, but Lakia actually went over to the other side, opened the door.
Tap on the door. Lev here, full weaponry. They need this round. They need it to be clean. Start the long trek to try to run this back, get themselves once again into the driver's seat.
Just gonna hide for now. Leviathan, though, just completely huddled in A main. Haven't given much over. It looks like Calm thinking about throwing out some of that util. Gonna use the drone to do a little bit of scouting.
Grab well just to try to slow up. Texture playing anti-flash now. Tries to
What's
move
he
up
doing?
into the Nebula, and oh my god, he's just gifted him a kill. King able to take it down, full flash connecting here onto Karon as now the ping's coming across. Identifying 2 players here at back pyramid. Still though, not into the site, now the spike. Stranded, the scope it, and Lakia just clipping the head of Calm. Now the 50-50 set up. Saying good luck, trying to break your way through here, and Lakia, yep, pinging down, expecting that push coming through the bridge.
Left.
Still watching for it. Knows that it has his teammates covering, but oh, turns away for a brief little moment there, and now this might have cost him dearly. Lakia, however, still finds King, looks for a little bit more, can't quite get it there. Aspas staying alive. Karon now getting pinched. Tex finding the elimination. Munchkin spraying away wildly with that Spectre, but Aspas will be able to get the final shot. Puts him down, time was dwindling. And Lev, with 2 players left, will be able to get themselves back into this.
Okay, Texture, sure. Just walk through your own grab well and go for it. Why not? I mean, it's the bonus.
Feeling confident.
Yeah, I know. Like,
It was
sure.
ill-advised, let's say.
I mean, then it gets real scrappy, though. I mean, and Leviathan is kind of like, what are they doing? We just got to go, I guess. And, you know, Tex there able to find just enough of a timing. I feel the same way, Calm.
Yep. Lock again, tapping the door.
Texture's got the Outlaw.
Outlaw in hand. Shot, not going to connect, though. 0 point to trying to just force them back for now. King lingering here in mid. Meteor looking to try to challenge, but it's going to be Aspas. One of the first one, but snappy from Meteor. He does manage to find the enemy Viper. Cage lobbed in. Lakia is re-tapping the door, looking to shut that one. Wary about this approach on the bridge. Just underneath of Aspas now. As he gets ready to climb up, he'll hear the drop down. Meteor in the meantime finds another one. Now Lakia strikes. Aspas fallen. Recon up over the top. Not going to be cleared fast enough as there's the double ping. The Hunter Sphere going to come crashing across, but it's not even necessary. Meteor with a third, Karen with the final. 4 players standing as GENG move up to 11.
Yeah, I mean, Lakia, just great senses here. Here's that drop down, waits it out perfectly. You know, Aspas trying to wait for the rest of his team to get through the front of A so he can then set up that crossfire. The Meteor, oh my, so snappy with that shot on the Tex. Once Aspas is taken out, and the ping comes through with a beautiful recon dart. Lakia, a Sova specialist, just like Calm. But Lakia right now, 16-9. Eventual drift as well for Meteor that you're gonna have to be very, very wary of, but a 5-man stack on the B side of the map right now. And this looks like it's gonna get hot right off the start.
Texture just creeping forward. There's the first. They line up! That's not able to find the collapse there. Still gets himself a second. Now Munchkin just looking to try to pre-fire a little bit. Sends out the snake bite. Does go for the challenge, but Tex, he punishes this. 2 quick kills found. Suddenly we were in a 2v2. The Outlaws now scooped up by him. This has got the neural theft reveals. Shots coming through. Tex gonna be noted up here on the half wall. Lakia swiftly dealing with that now, sending the drone out. King trying to find a timing, trying to play around that one, but Karen once more out at Hall. Tunnel does manage to find the headshot. GENG get themselves now up to match point.
I mean, Tex has had some really impactful rounds, but it's still just not quite enough. Lakia playing so well off his own utility these last couple rounds himself. Gets the spot onto Tex, makes it easy, able to counter that neural theft.
Living up to the name. He's drawn down with a six shooter. Tex looking, I mean, he's just been incredible the whole series. I mean, a hot start. Felt.
Here.
Gonna give me a
quick clear
nice
out on
shooting
that.
Tex?
Well, now I can't. Stolen.
Good.
Here.
That's why I did it.
Okay, well, just gonna be sending out another one. This time, they'll leave it be. It's okay, no command coming through. That's gonna interrupt Meteor. Unable to get the flash off, unable to put the mask on. Aspas drifting up over the top, hearing those footsteps, and the headshot again is immediate. This guy's an absolute monster with knives in hand, and then Tex finds a headshot. Munchkin gonna be taken down. Karen noted over by the archway. As Lakia tries to go on this approach, and King pulls off the angle. ADS in, does he look back towards Beaches? He does not, but he still is able to respond. Lakia struck down. Now it's just Texture and Karen. The latter noted, position very much known. Texture does manage to find one. King gonna be taken down.
Last player standing.
Now Karen found. Calm will be able to get it. A team ace to keep them alive. GENG still up to match point, but LEV starting the long path back as they look for overtime.
Yeah, and the null command is beautiful here. It shuts down anything that GENG wants to do on this site, and it allows this flood to happen. Makes it so comfortable for Aspas to do what he does best. Use that Blade Storm to knock players down on the way in. And then it's just great coordination. A little bit of a scrappy fight with King, but still wins it. So a breath of life for Leviathan. Still 6 rounds to go just to get to OT.
Well, Knives now pulled. Textures a turn to make a big impact attempt. Quick entry over here in the shop. Nothing going to be spotted. Mazzino just going to be slow creeping his way up through Hall. Thrown across, spotting one. Munchkin as well going to be noted here on this B site. And they know there's 3 players here now. Flash out, Tex taking the brunt of that one. Gravwell unable to find a catch. Meteor swinging, looking for it, but Tex again. Solid with a shot, but then quickly does get traded out. Karen able to find that kill. Door taps here from Mazzino. I think everybody's evacuated this A site, and he would be correct about it, but knives in. Texture goes past to Mazzino to find Calm. Drops the spike there on the ground. We now have Munchkin swinging all the way out around, working his way in towards shop now.
Is there enough room for Munchkin to sneak through this?
I don't believe so, but Lakia either way does get taken down, so now it's a 2v3. He's working his way forward, and he cannot find the shots. Only a smattering of damage realistically found there onto King. A lot of those bullets just whizzing past. That's going to lead Karen to just go ahead and back away. Doesn't want to give over any needless ult charge here. We'll just look to save this weapon, so LEV continuing on the run back. They'll get themselves up to 7-round wins.
Yeah, this is just GENG just kind of forces themselves back this entire round. A little bit of damage.
Looking for the punish, and he's able to find it. That would be huge. He hears the updraft, takes out Aspas and says, you know what, the rest of you can stay alive.
I mean, Karon has been so clean this map. Can't even take him out. You're just trying to take the gun away. But GENG just really falls back to their spawn. They're so cautious in this round. They give up so much space, and that allows Mazzino to just push up through halls, push over to A, take control of the site, and then make it a lot easier for Leviathan. The Viper's Pit comes down, able to account for Munchkin's Lurk really nicely. Great senses there from King on the timing to take it down. Operator now for Texture.
And the judge. Munchkin.
Is he close to the pit? No.
It's 3 away.
Yeah, this is just Munchkin things then. He's a little weak on the money, I guess.
Drone over the top. Dart not going to connect. Lakia still just trying to hold with his door open. Prevent Tex from creeping his way forward. It's a press from the 0 point. Does expire. Texture just clearing out Cam. Letting them know that they have that op in play. Maybe making them think twice about where they want to try to go. But for now, it looks like Lev wanted to just cut noise relatively and then just get ready to steamroll their way through.
Meteor
tucked out, and Tex gonna get caught unawares. Now the dimensional drift coming through as Meteor will be moving in behind them, trying to scout things out. Hunter's Fury gonna be drawn through, looking to try to find some kind of opening tag, but Meteor now gets out of the gate crash. Gets out of the dimensional drift, finds the kill. Kong gonna be taken down. Karon here, mid pyramids, only able to find one. Lakia, however, finding the other. Now it is all on Aspas. The one before, clutch to try to make it happen, but he won't be given the opportunity. Texture will take him down, and GENG